Your father came here from Honduras with a couple $100 in his pocket to give his children the American dream. Is that true?
$45 in his pocket.
$45 in his pocket. His daughter is now a billionaire, built a company, payroll company. And instead of buying yachts and mansions, you returned to Honduras first to do a documentary on Sister Legol, who you had met as a child. Talk to me about what inspired you to do that and how it is reflective of your greater mission.
So, my family had a personal relationship with Sister for many, many years. And one of the things, I met her as a child, and when I was like about 8 years old, and she saw me as my family was doing some mission work in one of her orphanages, and she gave me the biggest hug. And if you received a hug from Sister, you knew that you were loved. Many, many years later, I said to myself, this is a very unique leader, woman leader, okay? Having to navigate, the Catholic Church, having to navigate decades of, military junta, the rise to democracy, and still being effective and a catalyst for different types of nonprofits that were created under her. She really supported a lot of entrepreneurs and businesses that were created because of her support, and created an international support network, which has even touched our lives here in the U.S. with Global Brigades, which is now in 6 or 7 different countries doing the work. Started with Sister as a co-founder of Marquette University. Sister has 2 honorary degrees from Marquette University and from a university in Canada. And 3, there's actually like 4 Friends of Benefits of nonprofits in the US and Canada. An amazing leader. How does this 5-foot powerhouse do this?
You once told me she stopped a plane.
Yes, she stopped the plane for taking off because she needed that one signature from her chair of the board in order to submit for a grant. And there was no stopping. So she just ran on the tarmac, and the propellers were already rolling, and she made all the signs, and the pilot was so surprised, said, okay, yeah, let's get the ladder back. And she ran up there and got the signature that she needed. And then when she came off, of course, the security was there to arrest her, because what nutcase does this? But she blessed the plane, she blessed everybody, and she blessed the security, and so she got away with it.
You made this beautiful documentary, an award-winning documentary called With This Light. If you have an opportunity to see it, please do. It's really inspiring what one woman can do against all odds to save thousands of children. You have partnered with the Pope, Pope Francis. Not many filmmakers I know partner with the Pope. Talk to me about the partnership, how it's helped amplify this mission, but also how your film has brought attention to the Holy Father about this incredible Franciscan nun, and now she's in the process of becoming a saint.
Yeah, so let me tell you that I had 5 different people prepare me for a meeting with Holy Father Pope Francis, because what they told me was either people just stare at him or just babble on because they just lose it, right? Of course. And they said to me, don't be one of these people, because you're only going to get maybe 10 minutes if you're lucky, 5 to 10 minutes if you're lucky, and you need to make sure they count. And so, after being shocked with this knowledge, I practiced, but really it was about a couple of things that I wanted him to be aware of. Obviously, thank Holy Father for inviting us to screen the movie at the Vatican, and I give a lot of credit to someone in the room, Bonnie Abanza.
Bonnie Abanza.
Bonnie Abanza, for being that conduit to alert the Vatican and Holy Father about this incredible work of Sister. Secondly, one of the things that I wanted to share with Holy Father is to also thank him, because I always say you have to show a lot of gratitude for what he is doing to lift up women in the Catholic faith as leaders, as in his own administration, and giving them key roles within the Catholic faith. So I wanted to say thank you for that. And we need more of our women leadership stories out there. So I opened my big fat mouth about that. And the result of that was that we have a journalistic, a new articles that are being written that highlight Catholic women as leaders in the Catholic faith. And so from Latin America, we're starting with Latin America. We're hoping to do more in Africa and all around the world. And that is incredible to have that opportunity to cultivate that.
Yes. Sainthood has begun.
And the process of a sainthood has begun, which is incredible. It would be the first woman saint from Central America.
That was a film that's getting a lot of acclaim. You also support the Pontiff here in Los Angeles with Pelota de Trapo, Play Equity Foundation just launching here. You support ambulances for children of Ukraine. You are driven by mission and by purpose, Jessica. Where did you get that?
I always say that I get first of all, it comes from family. And as I sat here and I listened to all of the presenters, the speakers, as I saw the sponsors, I saw a lot of family names up there. And I always say that when you are connected to your family values, it's a generational sort of opportunity to get involved. And so for me, it comes from my family. It comes from the ethical sort of moral teachings, but not just in words, but in deeds, right? When you're doing the little soup kitchen, when you're younger, when you're packing up food for other people, when you're going out there and trying to get, feminine products, right? To then distribute to a community in need. That comes from the family. And when you see them doing these kinds of acts, then it just permeates your whole life. And you understand how valuable it is to model the behavior within family.
You are, I think, the first Latina to own her own film and television studios in Los Angeles. To give voice to marginalized communities that find themselves excluded and have a hard time breaking in. Representation matters. It matters to you. Talk to us about your vision with your $100 million investment, probably more now, in Baldwin Hills, the Stryker Street Collective.
Yes. So the very interesting thing about this project that I'm so grateful for is all of the involvement that we're getting from community for Stryker Street Creative Project, which is a 5.2-acre film studio campus, but it's done in a way that really represents the vision, the aspiration, the hope that the Baldwin Hills community, Baldwin Hills Crenshaw community, aspires to see a facility that is like a stake in the ground, right? We are here. We are creatives. We're part of this ecosystem that wants to see what that future looks like and support this future for independent filmmakers, emerging filmmakers, and diverse storytelling.
And when you did your film, you hired an all-woman crew. You want to give voice to LGBTQ filmmakers, women, African American, Hispanic, Indigenous. Talk to us about the absence of our stories on the big and small screen, especially today.
It is so very vital today because, as we all know, there is terrible messaging going out there that is not true, not based in fact. And this is the information that we're getting on social media and other sort of platforms that are out there. So because of this, we know that powerful film that includes, stories that are testimonies from people that are actually, living these experiences can really be a bridge for us to understand, for us to not see someone as not connected to our lives, but that we share in the same sort of dreams and visions for our own families to have a better life, a purposeful and meaningful life where we are valued in the community. And so that's why it's important that these kind of diverse stories are told, but told with dignity, not with this sort of victimhood lens, but as empowered people that are living journeys, they're having journeys in their life that, it's not all great. It's not all, a bed of flowers, but it is real human existence. And there's ways or pathways, just like, what we have here, this family, right, of JVS and creating powerful pathways for people to access opportunity, education, job training. And this is what we're trying to do.
Jessica also has a family foundation named after her two beautiful children and an investment arm. And when we did an interview for Spectrum, I said, she said very candidly, I want to give all my money away. And I was like, do you want to say that on television? But it speaks to her larger purpose. Talk to us about what you want to give away, what you invest in, and everyone here listening, take down her number and her email or get to Bonnie Abounds and you'll find a way to her.
Yeah, so yes, it is definitely true. We are on this path to give our money away. But to give it away in a way that honors what the assets are, what assets community already have, or projects they are already cultivating. Maybe they don't have either the network, the funds, or maybe some of the skill sets, and trying to connect them to that ecosystem that will empower them to then bring forth this future, and create these sort of projects that are very, very, I call them like anchors in community. Yes.
If you had to sum up what drives you and what your mission is in this life, the day we die, the day we find out our two most important days, the day we were born, and the day we find out our reason why, what would you say yours is to sum it up?
I love people. I just love all people. That's what it is. At my heart, at my core, I'm a social animal. It's in my DNA. It's visceral. And I just love everyone. I really do. I see the light in everyone. It is. I cannot be any other way but that.
Jessica Sarowitz, what a blessing. Thank you so much for sharing your story. You're a powerhouse. Thank you.